Okay, here we are with a brand new script in Earth Engine, Google Earth Engine. And what I want to walk you through is creating a point and pulling up some data based on that point. So an easy way to do this, if you know where you want to search for data, is to just zoom in. And so I'm going to zoom over here to one of my favorite cities, St. Augustine. So we're going to just go ahead and zoom over here, and you'll see these tools over here, and there's a marker tool. So we're going to click on that. I'm just going to drop a point here along A1A. So we see that I went ahead and created a variable for us. And to adjust the variable, we can click on the settings icon here. And I'm just going to change that and call that point. It defaults to being called geometry. So we can also change the color of the point and all that. That's just literally the symbology on that map there. But really what we have is a point at negative 81.27, 29.885. It's worth noting we could have just typed that. Okay, so we're going to get into looking at what Landsat imagery, Landsat 8 imagery, intersects this point that is within the Earth Engine data repository. So we could go to the Earth Engine data catalog, and that's literally this website here. And, go browse to Landsat. And then we have all these collections. So, if we're interested in Landsat 8, and like I just mentioned, we're going to go click on that link there. You can see that's been going on since 2013. It's one of the longest running satellite imagery programs in existence. And so we can decide, what do we want to get? Surface reflectance, top of atmosphere. And then we'll go with top of atmosphere. So then we get, this is important, this is helpful, because what do we see here? We see an Earth Engine snippet. And that's literally what we want to grab. So we can just, I thought that was a copy button. That would have been nice. Let's just copy it like this. We can bring this over here. And we can call this. But, when you make a call into this Earth Engine data repository or catalog, and you're saying, give me back some imagery, you have to put it somewhere. And that's really what variables are for in JavaScript and Python and C++ and any language, is to hold a pointer to data. So we want a pointer. And that pointer, again, is a variable. So conveniently, one way of declaring a variable is to use var, and we'll just say L8 for Landsat 8 equals that. So that's not going to be very helpful because it's going to be a lot of data. The variable L8 is going to be pretty big. If we print it out, look at this over here on the right. If I print out that variable, it's too big. It's too much data. It's been going on since 2013. Okay? So we want to filter it. More importantly, we want to filter it to that point to start. So we want to probably filter it on the location and the time. So, but we'll start with the point. We want to filter on this spot on A1A in St. Augustine. So we'll go ahead and create another variable called, let's just call it what the tutorial calls it, which is var spatial filtered equals L8 dot filter bounds. That's a good name for it. And what are we going to filter it to? Filter it to the point. So, oops. So we'll go ahead and do that. Run it again. Actually, let's print out that point. So print spatial filtered. See our image collection, and there it is. So there's 241 elements. So it looks like that point has 241 data sets available for us to take a look at. And perhaps still a bit too much. And so we'll go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste in the next part of this, which is to say, okay, well, we filtered it spatially, let's filter it temporally. And so same idea, you're going to create a variable, temporal filtered, and we're going to give it a date range, you know. So that's something you can look at this documentation, you know, for these things. So if you go into like EE image collection, you know, all of these methods that are in here described. So you can see filter and filter date. That's the one we're looking at now. So let's take a look at that. We double click on it and you're going to see, okay, this is a shortcut to filter collection by date range. So this is important to be able to see like the documentation. You know, you're going to provide a start and end date here, maybe numbers. That's some of the example formatting there. So we can see what we're doing here is year, month, year, month, day, by year, month, day. So 2015 and that range there, you know, December to January. And so we'll go ahead and run that, and we should get less features because we're going to like narrow this down. So now we got 21 elements. You know, I'm still printing out the larger spatial data set variable. We're down to 21. You know, I showed you the bands here that, you know, these, you should be familiar with the basics. Remote sensing, by the time you get to this class, and you know, the bands are going to be the ranges of electromagnetic light that are captured. Very important to like remote sensing work. But we get 17 possible data sets here. You know, and so we can then go on to like say, well, okay, what's one, we're going to get, you know, you could sort by cloud cover, so let's go ahead and do that. And then, you know, we get this variable called sorted, and then grab that first one off of that, and then you get the one with the best cloud cover situation. The ones with the best cloud cover situation is going to be that scene. We didn't actually print that, but we can go ahead and print that. See that single scene there is this actual individual data snapshot off the remote, off the satellite. And then, you know, finally you can add it to the map. So we can center on the object, you know, with the zoom level 9, for instance, and then we could do this and add that scene to the map. So here we are. That actual Landsat image is now added on the map.